Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, in today's episode, we're gonna go through my team. We're gonna look at our team. We're gonna see all the changes that need to be made. We're gonna make a plan. Okay, plans are important. Okay, what we do this week and next week decides our whole season. All right, so these are the most important 2 weeks we have for the whole year. So we have to get this plan perfect. All right, there's no turning back on whatever decision we make this next 2 weeks. So we need to make the correct decisions. Okay, and so we're gonna process every possibility. We're gonna leave no stones unturned. All right, just come with it, everyone. We're gonna get it perfect. All right, so this is our chance to get the team the way we want it to be. And we're also going to look at our structure and our plans that we had pre-season, and let's see, did it work out the way we planned it, or did it work out differently? We're going to have a look at that as well. And I think everything we discussed has gone to plan. Okay, that's the good news. But we're just going to go through it anyway, all right? Just calm it down. All right, let's continue. With our team, all right, we're looking for our structure. How did it hold? Let's have a look. Our defense, our top three, actually, they went in order in rank as well. 108, 107, 106. Virtually, they were playing against each. They held strong. They were competing against each other, which is very good. Okay, very consistent scores there. Ed Richards in 1% of teams. I'm very happy with his selection. Ridley, I picked him when he was at 1%. So there's 2 players that were both picked at 1% of teams because of the research we did. This is sensational. The research worked. Doherty we picked because of the research. I mean, we knew he was good, but I picked him over Stewart and I picked him over Dawson. And because they're very similar price. And it looks like Doherty was the winner because Stewart got injured, which can't help. And Dawson scored less, so Doherty worked out to be the better option at the moment. Now, the second tier mid defenders, Stocker 74. Very happy with Stocker. All right, he's gonna make about 150k. He'll average around about 75, 80. That's all I want from him. And 20 possessions. He has a great role at halfback. When Sinclair kicks the ball, it's usually to Stocker straight away, and then Stocker kicks it elsewhere. So it's a very good role. So very happy with Stocker's performance. Ginby, I'm very happy. Constable, I'm actually very happy with him, although his kicking efficiency let me down. It's good enough. He's good enough to be that hold that position. However, because and keep in mind it was dewy conditions, all right. So we'll give it an excuse this week, but. Does he hold that role is the question. So we're going to find out. Let's hope he holds that role for at least another 3 or 4 weeks. Because by then we can do some switches. Now, so defense we're happy. And last year I wasn't happy with my defense. So this year I'm actually very happy with my defense. It's better than it was last year. Our forward line. Well, our forward line, the top 4 performed. Very happy with the top 4. It's our second tier that let us down. We made a video on this, the F5 and F6 spots being vital, and this is why they were vital, because if you get it wrong, you lose 100 points. So we got it wrong, all right? We picked the wrong ones, all right? We should have picked, and we're going to change this straight away. We should have picked Sheezel and Zeeble. Logic said don't pick Sheezel because he had a forward role in the practice games, and I didn't want to spend 200k on a rookie playing a first year as a forward, and it usually doesn't work out. So, but he had a halfback role, so they tricked us. Okay, we could only plan, have the odds in our favour when we pick our players, but this one didn't work. So we'll pick him up next week. That will be fixed. Okay, that's no problems. Our Ruckman, I have no issue with them. All right, Darcy and Marshall, I'm happy with both. They didn't score much. I mean, Marshall played against Darcy. Darcy's a tough ruckman to beat, all right? And Darcy had to play against Marshall, who's also a tough ruckman to beat. So they played against each other. So it was unfortunate that my 2 ruckmen were up against each other. But they'll have better weeks. And Freo hogged the ball so much, so there wasn't as many contests. Ruck contests because of the fact that the ball was just playing kick to kick in the back line. So they'll get much better. They'll have higher scores. Now, over to our midfield. And this is where the structure held. We've got a Bont. We've got 1, 2, 3 primos. Bont, Kelly, and Green. Unfortunately, Kelly got injured. You can't help bad luck, all right? We don't plan for bad luck. So, next week, he's not going to play. So, we have to make a decision now. Do we trade him out or do we keep him? And if he misses 1 week, all right, and let's just, for argument's sake, say he would score 120, all right? Let's give him maximum, all right? And let's say Baker scores 40. Let's give him minimum. We lose 80 points, okay, by having Baker over Kelly. Now, 80 points in the face of a whole season. So you got 22 rounds, 80 points. How much am I losing? I'm losing 4 points a week over 22 rounds, less than 4 points a week. So, is it worth trading out Kelly for 80 points? No, it's not. Because I'm going to identify trades I need to make, and Kelly's not one of them. All right, we're in dfsaustralia.com. We're going to have a look at GWS, all right? Let's have a look. We're looking at CBAs. Who had all the CBAs? Let's have a look. Well, Kelly didn't play for a quarter, but Kelly was at 68% CBAs whilst playing at the time. So he was virtually, you had Tom Green, you had Caniglio, and you virtually had Kelly and Ward. And that was your mix. So that was your 4. Riccardi, Perryman, he got injured anyway. Callahan didn't have much, and Lloyd. So virtually, Kelly was your full-time player in the midfield, and that's an awesome role for him. Now, when you go on Kelly, okay, let's go on Kelly's heat map. Now, there needs to be a reason why we don't want him, okay? Let's have a look at Kelly. His heat map. It's actually perfect, all right? There's nothing wrong with his heat map. He's all over the ground. He's in the midfield. He's playing that ruck rover role. He's everywhere. And this is a perfect heat map. There's no point in taking Kelly out of your team. I'd rather lose the 80 points and keep Kelly. He's that good. Plus, he has a round 15 bye. So those 80 points that I lose, I'll get back in those bye rounds. So I'm going to hold on to Kelly. He'll be a top 8 mid for sure, okay? Maybe even higher. He has a great role. There's no way I'm going to get rid of Kelly. So I'm keeping him. So decision has been made. We're going to keep Kelly, okay? Now, let's go back to the team. Who else is our weakness here? Let's have a look. Green was good. Bont was good. Well, we expected. We're not going to trade our primos. We got them in for a reason. Setterfield didn't look good at quarter time. I was getting worried. All right, he was only like around 11 or 17, and after halftime he went nuts. So happy with Setterfield. And Hopper. Let's have a look at Hopper's map. Okay, we're back at the CBAs at DFS Australia. Now we're going to look at Richmond. Now Richmond didn't use many players. They only used Nank as a ruckman, 90% ruck time. And that's why we went so high. And Miller, only 10%, all right? So ruck didn't change much. And their midfielders were Taranto, Prestia, and Hopper. A bit of Shai Bolton, a bit of Cochin. The main one was Taranto in the middle, 80%. Hopper only had 65%. So let's see where Hopper played most of the game. I actually thought Hopper would have had more than Taranto, but Taranto was so good. So obviously Hopper was a little bit out of form. So let's see, what did Hopper do? Time on grow was only 72%, so it wasn't that high. Very low, actually, for a midfielder. And his graph shows he was more or less... It's not really a good map, to be honest. It's a worrying map. It's more on a wing than in the midfield. Looks like he played more wing towards half forward. Well, he is probably on ball here, and he's sort of following the ball. But he's not getting much touches. He sort of looks lost. And when I watched him, he looked lost. So the map actually shows what we saw with our eyes, okay? So Hopper's round 1 performance isn't the best. We're expecting much better than this in round 2. So we need to hold him for 1 week just to give us more information, okay? One week, and this is bad. just out of form, looks like. So let's give him another week. Now, the next player to worry about is Wanganeen Malera. Now, I'm not even going to look at his heat map, okay, because he's out of my team. He's not going to play for my team. He's the first person that's gone. The reason being, he didn't attack the ball hard enough. He didn't tackle hard enough. He wasn't that hard at the ball. Like, Stocker was a lot harder at the ball than what Wanganeen Malera. Malera is more an outside player, not an inside player. And they said he's an awesome kick. Well, he's not. He had 50% kicking efficiency. It looked terrible. He had some kick-ins, but it doesn't worry me. He's gone. I don't want him. Okay, so he's going to be out of my team. And who's going to replace him? Well, we're going to find out soon. But Malera's out. Now, the next problem, so we've got Hopper and Malera are the two problems so far. The next one is Ashcroft. Now, he's owned by 80% of people. Now, does it show the stat here? It used to last year. Does it show how many people own him? There we go. 80% of teams own him. Okay, that's a good thing. Now we can go against him. So we can go anti-pod Ashcroft. I'm going to trade him out. Probably not this week. I might give him another week, but he's going to be out of my team. And that way, I can go anti-Ashcroft. And if people own him, I will try to gain a bit of bonus, a bit of extra points from not having him. So that's the plan on Ashcroft. So players that we don't want in our team. All right, let's make a little list. Okay, so here are the 5 players on my list. Hopper, Malera, Ashcroft, Braun, and Flanders all have to go. All right. Now, Hopper is the least urgent. He can stay another week. Ashcroft, actually, they're all not. The only one that has to go right now is Malera. His number 1 has to go. So, gone. Okay. Now, who else has to go? No one else really has to go this week. But is Braun going to take me to the next level? Can I trust Geelong? I think Braun can go as well. All right, that's number 2. And the third one will work out in a minute. All right, so that's going to be the 2 players, 100. Actually, 2 players going 100%. Let's have a look at who we can bring in now. Let's have a look at our targets. Okay, just coming down. Okay, I'm going to go through every game now and find 5 targets. All right, well, let's see how many targets there are that we need. Okay, let's go to Richmond Carlton. What does ad come up? All right, close. All right, Richmond and Carlton. Which players caught our eyes? All right, we had Daniel Rioli. He caught our eye. That's about the only one. Okay, we don't need a ruckman. So Rioli caught the eye. That's 1 target. At Carlton, who caught our eye? Okay, well, Cripps caught our eye, but we're not looking for a primo mid right now. Okay, so it's too expensive. We can't afford him right now. Who else? Hubert's going to drop in price. It's good. Let's also look at targets that are going to drop in price. So, I mean, we've got Rioli that we liked. At Carlton, Cripps is not going to drop in price at the moment. He's holding his value. Who else is here that we may like that may lose value? Well, there's actually no one else that we like. I'm not sure who was going to be a top 8 mid. McGovern, Doherty. We've already got Doherty. All right, that's it. All right, next game. Now, as we look at the Geelong and Collingwood game, I've done up a little targets layout here. So I've got Rioli as our target so far. And future targets, we're going to put some in here as well. These are for future primo targets that we're going to look for that may drop in value. So we're going to try to eye them out, all of them, and see which one drops in value for us. What we need for our team. This is where the future targets come in. Now, Rioli is not a future target because he's too expensive, but he's going to be a target for now, okay, if we need him. Let's continue. Let's see. Stewart is a future target. Targets for now, there's no one else from Geelong that I like. Okay, Geelong, forget about them. I don't want anyone here. Dangerfield, I'm not interested. So there's no targets here at Geelong, all right? Now, at Collingwood, who could be our target? Well, possible targets here are Degoe, okay, Dacos. Who else could be a target here? We don't need Cameron. We don't need Cox. We don't need no one here. Now, this is how you should be doing yours as well. Just go for each team and look and make little notes. So targets. So first of all, we look for targets. So we're going to put in here Dagoe and Dacos as our next targets here. We go to North Melbourne or West Coast. Now, I've already written Dagoe and Dacos down. Save myself from doing spelling mistakes later on. Just coming down. Now, at North Melbourne, who do we target? There's LDU. There's Zeeble. There's Sheasel. So we've got 3 from North Melbourne so far. And that's it. Okay, there's no one else that we liked from North Melbourne. So LDU, Sheasel, and Zeeble. Now, from West Coast, was there any targets? The answer is no. Actually, maybe Tom Cole. Okay, so Cole is another target. All right. And, yeah, there's no one else. Tom Cole is the only one I liked here. All right, let's continue. Over to Port Adelaide. Horn Francis is a target. Is there anybody else? Horn Francis. And that's pretty much it. Future target could be Wines, but I'm not really interested. Looks like Horn Francis is going to destroy Wines' output. Okay, so no interest in Wines either. And now Horn Francis, interestingly, 17 kicks, 8 handballs, going at 76%. That's very good. 10 contested possessions, 1 goal, 1. This is a good game. Okay, yeah, so let's put Francis on that list. Now, Brisbane, is there anyone that we can target? We've already got Dunkley. Now, Lockie Neal is our future target. We're going to add him in the list. He's going to drop in price. All right, so Lockie Neal goes into that list for a future target. And who else was here? McKenna could be a target. Now, keep in mind with McKenna, all right, let me just show you something. Check out his Dream Team points. They're only 62. It's not like he's had an outstanding game in Dream Team-wise. He's had a good Supercoach game. All right, he's had 20 possessions, but he kicked a goal as well. He's not going to kick a goal every week, okay? Take that goal off, he's around about the 80s mark. Very similar to the Cole, all right? Now, Cole has more job security than McKenna. McKenna's only 1 bad game away from being dropped. You don't know. Maybe 2 bad games. So you don't know. Lions are a very strong team, and they lost the game, okay? Although McKenna probably was one of their standouts. When it comes to Dream Team points, he wasn't that high. He did have 12 kicks, 8 handballs. Went at 80%, so he had a good game. 394 metres gained is actually not a lot. It's not heaps. Considering if you go Burton, 512 metres gained. All right, so it's not bad, but it's not a lot. You know, Dersma had 347 metres gained on his own, and he only scored 76. So it's not like he set the world on fire. All right, he was okay. Anyway, so we'll target him anyway. So McKenna will be a target. Yeah, McKenna's probably the only target here, and Neil is a future target. All right, let's continue. We move over, or I'll put it in McKenna and future target Neil, okay? Move over, Melbourne and Dogs. Now, future targets. Okay, now Pickett has come along to the party as a future target. However, he scored 144 Supercoach points, which is brilliant. 15 kicks, 4 handball. He had a day out, all right? But he got reported. We don't know how long he's out for. Plus, to get that score of 144, kicked 4 goals. It's okay. Nothing wrong with that, all right? If he kicks 1 goal, what would he score? Maybe about a 105 with this game, which is still pretty good. So, okay, Pickett could be a target, but because he's reported, we're not going to look at him, all right? We'll consider him next time he plays again, all right? Gorn, 140, looked massive, but we can't get him. We already got 2 Ruckman, so we're going to miss out on Gorn. Oliver, 113, is going to drop in price, okay? Our forecast for Primo's dropping in value is a 700k player scoring 113. That's not enough points, okay? So he's going to drop in price. He goes in a future targets area, all right? Petrarca goes into the future targets area. He also only scored 97. Now, Chandler goes into the targets area. Is a rookie, scored 93. Kicked 1 goal, 2. This is a sensational game. and 104 Dream Team points. So Chandler has to go in our team. Well, not in our team now, but we're gonna watch him for another week. But he'll go into our targets. And Grundy, no interest, 69. I did his player review. He looked bad, and the review was correct. And that's it for Melbourne. All right. With the Bulldogs, English look good, 134 up against Gawn as well, and English up against Gawn and Grundy, a sensational effort. Libba, as I predicted pre-season, I was going to scored 118. That's a brilliant score for a player priced under 600k, but it's too late. I've missed the boat. Okay, so Libba's out of the story now because he'll still hold his price. His price won't change in round 7, round 8. And is he going to be a top 8? Probably not. So it's going to be a pass on Libba now. McRae is going to be a target. 630k, only scored 106. That's actually not enough. So he's going to be one of our targets. And is there anyone else there that we liked? Dale scored 56. That's a very bad score. He's going to be another target. We're going to target him later on, see if he's top 6 or not. We're not sure yet. But I love the game of Ed Richards. Looks so good. All right, let's continue. Gold Coast, who are the targets? Well, Witt scored 140, but he's not a target for us now because we've got our Ruckman. Took Miller, 113. That's not enough for a 640k player. So he's going to be a target. He's going to be targeted now. We're going to see how he goes. There's a few tags coming his way as well. And there's no one else. They're the only 2 targets that we have. Okay, so it's going to be, well, it's only one target, which is Took Miller. Okay, that's the only one. Now, at Sydney, is there any targets? Well, this is for our team, all right? For your team, you might target Errol Goulden, okay? But for my team at Sydney, who am I going to target? Well, Mills is a target, only scored 94. That's nowhere near enough. 640k player, 94. That's terrible. So we have 2 targets here. Okay, let's continue. Okay, we move over to GWS versus Adelaide. Okay, now, who are the targets at GWS? There's a few of them. There's a few that I liked. All right, I liked Caniglio's game. Pre-season, I said you got to get him, lock him in. What do? I don't get him. I can't believe it. But then again, how many can you get? He was the only one that I had to take out. He looked good. Tom Green looked good. Well, we already got him. And the other one that I liked was Callahan. He looked good. So and Callahan is a short-term target, so we need to get him. So Callahan is number 1 on the list, and Caniglio. We're going to look at both of these options. Okay, Callahan and Caniglio on the short-term target list. Now at Adelaide, who did we like? Well, future targets are going to be Dawson. Who's going to drop in value? Dawson's going to drop, and so is. Oh, look at this. Okay, Laird. He's going to get smashed. Okay. Let me show you, I'll show you another time, but projected, if he scores at 110s, Laird's price is going to be 600k. If he goes at 110, the next 3 weeks, scoring at 110, he'll lose 100k. That's crazy. Okay, so our plan to hold off from getting the 700k players has really worked. It's worked big time. Okay, we're going to reap the advantages later on. And another target will be Whitfield later on, but I don't even think he's a target. No, forget about it. Just forget what I just said, or just calm it down. All right, let's continue. Okay, our target list has grown big time. We can't get them all, obviously, so we're gonna cut this down very soon. And our future targets, oh my God, we've got a big future target list here. All these players are gonna drop in price. Look at it: Neil, Oliver, McRae, Dale, Mills, Miller, Dawson, Laird, all gonna drop in price. The magic number's gonna get them all. Okay, the plan is working so good, it gets even better. Look at Essendon, Merritt, 92. Well, Parrish did okay, but Merritt at 92, he got tagged. We predicted he'll get a tag. Remember, I did a video. I said Merritt might cop the tag. Well, he copped it, okay? And it still didn't work because they still lost. I mean, Hawthorn still lost. They still, even though they tagged Merritt, it wasn't enough. But that's not the point. The point is he got tagged. So, who are we going to target from Essendon short term? There's actually no one. We've got them all. We've got the ones that we needed. We got Ridley and we've got Setterfield. Okay, so we did good here. We don't have Merritt, which we did good as well, because we didn't want to have Merritt. So Merritt's going to go in our future targets. Now, at Hawthorn, who's going to lose value? Who do we need? Well, we need only one player. Mackenzie. Okay, and we need to get him in. So Mackenzie, and Mackenzie short term, and it's going to be long term. We're going to get Merritt. Right, let's continue. We move over to St Kilda versus Freo. Now, short term, future targets are going to lose value. Who are they? Well, Jack Steele is going to lose value. Sinclair is going to lose value. Only scored 104. He's going to lose a lot of value. He's going to lose heaps, maybe 100k if it keeps going at 104. Steele's going to lose a lot, and he's already cheap. He's going to get a lot cheaper. Who else is going to lose value? That's pretty much it. Just those two. Now, players that I want to get short term are going to be Filippo. Okay, Filippo I liked short term. Is the only one out of St Kilda that I really liked. So we need to get Filippo in our team somehow. And at Freo, who did we like? Let's have a look. Well, I don't like these defenders, okay? This is all a trap. St Kilda just bombed the ball forward. So these scores are not going to really happen in real life, okay? So you may see players in a top 100 have Luke Ryan or Cox or Young. They're not going to expect these scores every week, so these are going to drop for them. Okay, that's how it works. It's a season game, not 1 week game. All right. Now, if we keep looking down the order, who do we like? The only player we like here, or that we're going to be looking at, is going to be Brayshaw. He scored 70. That's unbelievable. Remember, I said hold off. 600k player scoring 70. He's going to be our future target as well. Brayshaw's one target. Is there another one here that we like from Freo? Not really. No. Brody scored 7, but I wouldn't get Brody. His time on ground's not enough. He'll make me go crazy. So Brayshaw's the only one that I'm going to put on this list. Okay, let's continue. Now, we have 5 players that are going to go out. We have targeted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 players that we thought had a good game that could be possibilities to come in. Now, what can we do? How do we get these players in now? And we only got 5 that we don't like, okay? Now, I'm happy to use 6 trades to get it right. So we're going to have to lose one of these rookies, but I don't know which one yet. So I'm going to give the rookies another week to work it, to settle in, okay? So the rookies, we're not going to do much changing. However, first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go and grab, as a priority, okay, is going to be Sheasel. So Sheasel comes in. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to come here and we're going to grab, go to GWS. We're going to grab Callahan, okay? Now, I'm going to get Callahan because this week one of our players is going to be missing, all right? And Callahan should get a bit more mid-time. With Kelly out, Callahan's going to get a lot more of action, okay? So good to get him now because his price is going to just go bananas. So Callahan and Sheasel are 2 in so far. Now, who's our third in? Well, how much money do we have left for starters? 183k. All right, we can either remove Ashcroft or Flanders. I'm not going to keep Ashcroft. I've seen enough. Actually, let's go have a look at his charts. What did Ashcroft do? He had 10 kicks and 3 handballs at 38% disposal efficiency. Okay, let's have a look at his heat map. A bit of midfield time, bit on the wing. Now, 200k. This is a bad investment. I'm happy that 80% of people own him, all right? I would say 30% will jump off, so 50% will still own him. I'm happy to go against 50% for a 200k player, so it's time for him to go, all right? So Ashcroft is gone. I'm going to let him go. I've seen enough. I don't care if he scores 100 next week. He's going to go, all right? Now, who's going to replace him? Well, I've got 386k. I've got 2 options, all right? My options are at North Melbourne. We got Zeeble. All right, we could put Zeeble here and move Flanders into the midfield. Or we can get, we don't have many options, okay? We've got Zeeble and we got who else was our targets? Let's have a look. Okay, so it was we've got Sheasel already, so Sheasel's gone. Okay, and so next option we've got Callahan. He's gone. We've already gotten him. We're happy with Callahan. Okay, it's going to have to be, I'd say Zeeble. All right, it's either Zeeble. I haven't got him in my list. Where did he go? I didn't even put him in. I can't believe it. I forgot to add him in. Okay, the Horny Francis is coming here. But I'm not going to get Francis this week. I'm going to give him another week. Because even though I liked what I saw, I really liked what I saw with Zeeble. Okay, and Zeeble's going to have forward defensive eligibility, which I need to fix up my defense later on. So it's going to be let's sub Flanders over there. Let's get in Zeeble. Okay, so these are my free trades this week. I'm going to complete the trade. Now, what happens here? If we had these last week, what happens? Look at this. That's 150 points. That's 300 points. Okay, so we gain an extra 150 points from last week's score if they score the same again. 150 points. Although, and if you add 150 points to my team now, it changes big time. Have a look at the structure now, with everything changing. Now, with all the changes, the structure-wise, we have our defense, which is still the same. The only weak links are our second-tier defenders here, and they're going to be roughly going about 70 to 80, so it's not that bad, okay, and they're going to be upgraded. Our midfield, we've only got 2 weak links now. Well, Kelly and Baker, hang on, stub them there. All right. In our midfield, we've only got Hopper and Flanders as our weak links. And we don't even know Hopper's a bad one yet. We're going to find out. But Hopper and Flanders both going to be replaced, okay? Now, what's our other weak link? Our rucks are strong. I mean, they had a tough game, but they're going to be strong. Don't worry about them. These two, okay? These two are Jets. Our forward line, it's set. You could virtually say they're keepers. They're not even... you can have Zeeble and Sheasel in your... Well, they're going to be defenders anyway. You can put them in defence, and virtually all you need is a Caniglio, and you're going to have maybe a resting Ruckman, okay? So hopefully Gorn, okay? So Caniglio and Gorn will finish off your forward line. These two will go into defence if they continue scoring the way they scored. And you only need virtually one more defender, and your season's set. Then you just the team's almost ready. It's incredible. All right. All we're going to do is just upgrade a few of it. If we've got hundreds coming out of here, at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots scoring 100, they're all going to get a 500k, and you're virtually going to pay 50k extra to upgrade them. You can do use a boost and get 2 primos at once. This is going to be nuts. All right, we can have a primo on each line at the way our structure is set. So very, very happy. This is better than a dream come true. If they continue scoring the way they're scoring now, this is going to be nuts. All right, very happy. Anyway, now let me go back to the list. Now, with our targets, and you just saw the way our team is set, we don't need Rioli. All right, we don't need it. We don't need a defender, which means Rioli's out. We don't need Dagoe. We don't need Dacos. All right. What else don't we need? All right, we can keep Colin McKenna on the list for now, on the watch list. We don't actually need them, all right, but we can still watch them for now, depending on how bad Constable scores. We don't need LDU, all right, because we've got our free primos here, all right, and LDU will still be the same price in round 7 or round 8 if he goes at 110, all right. So we don't need LDU. The rest we need. We're going to look. We're going to watch. We're probably not going to get Cogs now, all right, because we can't afford him. Well, no, we can't. It's impossible. We've only got 332k plus 256, so that's 580k plus 30k. We've got 600k. 600k, and Cogs is 550k, and we need 2 players, so it's impossible. So Cogs is out of the question now, right? So we can't get Cogs. He's later on. Zeeble we've already gotten, all right? So Zeeble's already in there. So next week, if we're going to target 3 players, which 3 are we going to target? Well, it's going to be Francis, and it's going to be Mackenzie. That's 2. Now, the third one is most likely going to be one of Philippou, Chandler, or Comben. All right. Now, Comben played ruck for most of the game. Now, next week he won't be playing ruck. Okay, they're gonna have Goldie coming back, so Comben's score is going to drop. So Comben's not going to be one of those top tier forwards. So it's either going to be Philippou or Chandler that's going to come in. Now, cash-wise, we'll have enough money. We're going to actually have so much extra money after we do these 2 trades. Let me show you. Mackenzie costs us 180k. All right, so 180 for Mackenzie. Horny Francis costs us. Where is he? Port Adelaide. How much he cost us? Where is he? I can't find him. What can I find him? He must be at the top. Oh, there he is. 348k. All right, so that's plus 348. So we need 348. That equals we need 528k. All right. Now, how much do we have minus 30? All right, because we've got 30k cash. Minus, let's have a look at our team. Maybe we don't have enough. Let's have a look. Just come on down, everyone. Where is he? Where's our team? All right, my team. Minus Hopper's 332. Minus Flanders 256. So now we've got 90k extra in our hands. Now, with 90k, we just need to bring in 1 player. It's most likely going to be Philippou or Chandler. Now, if it's going to be Chandler, it's going to be forward only. So either Green or Seminiti has to come out. All right, and we can afford that. So we'll have 70k cash left in hand, or break even if it's Green goes out. Okay, because if they're going to score the same thing, or if we get rid of Chessa and bring in Philippou, that's going to cost us an extra 45k. So we'll have 45k left over for an upgrade when the time comes for upgrading. That's not bad. All right, we're set for upgrade season after that. I'm happy, okay? Now, if you have any questions, any help you need, don't hesitate, okay? Just put in the comments and I'll try to answer all of them. That's all for today. Thank you for joining. And remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.